gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory, our final stretch of weekend league games and games with Wilmot and Rashford. Of course, we did the 20-game Player of the Month Rashford loan. The only reason I did it was, well, there were a few reasons. First of which was because I wanted a link to Wilmot. Just in case you didn't know, I guess the challenge this week was to use Robbie Wilmot's Man of the Match card, 69 rated. And we had him in the team. I couldn't get Kem to him unless I had Rashford in the squad because I needed a certain player in a certain place for Kem. So I basically said to myself, right, I can't play the entire weekend league with Robbie Wilmot because I just can't do it chemistry-wise. I don't have the team to do it. And I don't want to have to compromise massively in another area because it makes it even harder. Not that I'm one to shy away from a challenge, but that wasn't the whole point, you know. So I basically said to myself, I need to try and get to gold 3 in 20 games. Got to gold 3 in 20 games. Quite happy with it, to be honest, considering we were running, you know, Marcus Rashford, not our, okay, he's still a great player, but it's not our normal sort of Ibra, Fernando Torres kind of setup. I say that as if Fernando Torres is a norm. You know, we've got him, and he missed out on the first weekend league. Because of Robbie Wilmot and Marcus Rashford. But just a spoiler alert, we finished 14 and 6. Incidentally, and you may notice this in the clips in the last game, the ones that are paying that much attention, I actually played 21 games this weekend. One of them, if you remember, or maybe I didn't tell you, but one of them disconnected. I was losing 3-2 in extra time, and the game disconnected, and it didn't count as a defeat or a draw or a win or nothing, so I had to play it again. So that was one of the loan games on Rashford gone. So technically speaking, they did play 20 games, only 19 of them counted towards weekend league. So the final game, the 20th game to get me the win, we actually went back to Fernando Torres starting. Now that's a great move from Ronaldo, and who is there but Robbie Wilmot to level things up. This guy I'm playing, by the way, had a particular way of scoring that I adapted. You won't see it, maybe you would have seen it. I think he scores again. I think this is the second goal, right? So he's got the ball with Aubameyang. I'm going off memory here, but he flicks it up there with Kevin De Bruyne and hits it first time. That is a legitimate way to score goals, and I never really considered it sort of after the patch because I tried it there. Look, I dinked it up with Rashford because it took it away from the defender. I allowed it to bounce because I wasn't really ready to hit it on the bounce, but I scored. He did that against me twice. I did it against him, and then I started doing it from there on in, and luckily right after the break we got a goal. Top comment is, I started watching when you were below 20k. If I see you hit 100k this year, it'll be the best thing. Thank you, by the way, to everyone who, if you're new to the series, new to the channel, Robbie Wilmot gives away a penalty. We concede it. Damn you, Robbie Wilmot. Not his fault, my fault, really. I was cursing myself. Look at this, though. This is Dani Alves. And I tell you what, Dani Alves has a turbulent 90 minutes here. What a goal that is from Dani Alves. I never score those, ever. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to hit this. I felt it. I felt good. And it went in. Great goal. But like I said, Dani Alves has a bit of a turbulent, not 90 minutes, it's more sort of 2 games really. He does some really good things and then does something really bad. But either way, we'll get to that when we get to it. So yeah, if you're new to the series, new to the channel for whatever reason, then thank you very much for stopping along. And if you've hit the subscribe button recently, then you're a legend. And of course, if you've hit it in the past, you're also a legend as well. But we've gained over 1,000 subscribers in about 7 or 8 days, which is mental for this channel. We're on 76k as I'm recording this, and I kind of owe it to Peter Crouch, really. I made just a random video, is Peter Crouch meta? And it wasn't necessarily meant to be a serious video, you know, saying, you know, this is the new card everybody needs to use. It was more sort of an excuse to be able to use Peter Crouch in a video other than the Road to Glory. And that video, I don't know the exact number right now, but the last time I looked at it, it had around 140,000 views, which is mental. We had 160,000 views over the last 48 hours on the channel, which is a record, by the way. I've never had that many views before. Absolutely crazy, and the subs have been flowing in because of it as well, so I'm very grateful for that. The second top comment is, great to see him have a card as I live close to Newport, and a few other people sort of reiterate how good it is to see me use a card that's not like a normal card you'd ever see anyone use. It's kind of like a challenge. Where did where did I see? I think it might have been Mr. Chubby Cupcake. Good to see Wilmot card working out for you. Definitely try things like this every week. I would say makes it way more enjoyable. I would happen to agree with you. The only problem is I'm invested in this one. You know, we lost 4-1 there. To be fair, it was relatively convincing. I don't think 4 was not deserved, but I think I might have been a bit harsh, if you know what I mean. I definitely deserved to lose the game, but by 4 goals, and some of these games, I don't lose by 1 or 2. I lose by like 5 or 6. Like, I'm either coming up against top 100 players, or I'm just getting really, really unlucky, and conceding things that I don't know how I'm conceding them. But like I said, I don't think I've lost one game this weekend that was like a narrow defeat. They're all absolute thumpings, which is, I mean, it's not strange necessarily, but to only lose 6 games in your weekend league is decent. You know, 14-6 is not amazing, but it's decent. That was the Dani Alves thing, by the way. It was stupid of me. It was my own fault. I was an idiot for doing it. I tried to block the shot. I honestly thought I'd be able to get there. I couldn't get there, and for some reason, the referee brandishes a red card. I don't think it's red card worthy, but hey, I take it on the chin. And a lot of people are now, he scored the penalty, and a lot of people are going to say that the only reason why I went on to win this game, which I did, is because the game was then in my favour due to handicap. And to that I say poppycock, because I changed my tactics. I decided that it was pointless trying to sit back and try and wait for the counter or to move people around. I just went gung-ho and I threw everything forward, but I stayed on drop back. And we tore him to pieces. He could not get near me. When he got the ball, to be fair, I had to try and, you know, get a bit compact at the back and try and make sure that he wasn't exploiting where Dani Alves was. And when we went 3-2 up, I actually put George Best at right back. And then going into the next game, I had to use João Cancelo. I used a lone Benatia that I for some reason had in the club. And it all linked up chemistry-wise so we could play one game. So Robbie Wilmot... no, ignore that. Robbie Wilmot does play in this game. I think he even scores. I had George Best in there and I showed you that, but Robbie Wilmot there he is on the pitch. I don't know why I didn't show you the right one, but either way. I lost my train of thought there. Let's go back to the challenge thing. The red card thing, it was just because I changed my tactics, basically. But going back to the challenge thing, I'm invested in this Robbie Wilmot challenge, or was, to the point where I was enjoying myself. Look at that for a free kick, that's insane. I was invested in it because it's a Newport County player. They don't get many special cards. In fact, that's the first one in 2 seasons. So I really wanted to play with it. You know, I wanted to do good with it and do well with it. The problem with that is that going forward, I would need a player that I'm sort of in. Look at that! I did it again, and bang, we've scored off the guy's method in the other game. I've just picked it up. Don't do it all the time. Just when you're in a tight spot and you just maybe think, oh, you know, if I can flick this to the left or to the right, maybe I can hit it and I can have a good go at goal. But yeah, I would like to do more of them, but I would need to be sort of invested in. So Peter Crouch is an option. I'm not quite sure how I'd get on with that because he doesn't have the best of cards. Robbie Wilmot had an edge to him. And I've heard a lot of people actually use Robbie Wilmot, said that there's got to be something wrong with the card because he doesn't feel like a silver, and I would happen to agree with you there. He feels much better than a silver. I'm not saying he's an icon or you know, an 87 rated inform or something, but he feels like a gold card. There is no way that is a silver card. It feels much better than he actually is, which is crazy and good. I was grateful for it because without that, I don't think I would have finished where I finished this weekend, but or as comfortably as I did, because I didn't rage that much, to be fair. And that comes down to not having that much pressure on me, you know, because we've got a silver card in the team. And yeah, okay, I've got a great team around him, but that silver card just let me off so much in my mind. Like I was thinking, oh, we've just conceded 3? It's okay, because I've got Robbie Wilmot, and that's the reason. I've got a lone Rashford in there. He's not my normal player. He's only 87 rated compared to my 92 rated Fernando Torres. I know it's nonsense, right? It's rubbish. But in my mind, I was letting myself off these things because of the situation. So I would actually like to do this kind of thing every week where we change one player. But like I said, I would have to be invested in it. I'm actually thinking of doing something crazy and putting someone like Joe Day, the Newport County goalkeeper, in goal, who is a bronze keeper, by the way, for an entire weekend league. That would be stupid because obviously they could shoot from anywhere and score. But you know, something like that, maybe a right back, a left back, a centre back or something. It would have to work for Chem, but it would be interesting to maybe do that. But you know, I would like it to be a player that I have some sort of attachment to and someone who has something about him. You know, Wilmot's got a little bit of pace, he's got good agility, and he's got very good stamina. Whereas someone like a bronze player from Newport, like a central midfield player, for instance, he's not going to have good stamina. He probably doesn't have an awful lot about him at all, not one green stat. So we'll have to look around for a player that maybe we can use. Maybe a low-rated gold inform or something that I've got some sort of sentimental attachment to. But we'll have to wait and see. Is it possible to do a video on the free kick technique you executed at 8 minutes and 10 seconds in the last game? I get this question nearly every single Road to Glory that I do the free kick in. And yeah, I've got nothing against doing a video for it. I do one every year, but I just don't see the point in doing one when it already exists, if that makes sense. Like last year's tutorial that is on the channel, if you search it up, it's the same thing. It's the same controls. It's the same system. There's nothing different about it whatsoever, apart from maybe the shot, which this year low-driven and the way that you do the low-driven is a lot more effective. But hey, I can maybe grab some examples from the Road to Glories and I can stick them in a video and make a specific video for you. I will try and do that because that's got some clickbait ability. You know, I'm on board. Let's get it done. I'll try and do that for you for maybe tomorrow, if not the next day. I'm hoping for tomorrow though. I'll try and, if I remember, I'll definitely get that done for tomorrow. It's a very simple free kick. But it works a lot more this year than it did last year. It's very difficult to read. Well, not read, but like stop. Great goal from Torres. This is the second to last game. He was on as a sub there to make it 2-0. This was one of the most comfortable games of the weekend. Couldn't score as many goals as I maybe wanted to. He sort of broke down in the final third in the last sort of 10-20 minutes. And I was just crossing for days because I thought I could get away with it. And we were going to win anyway. Like, no disrespect to this guy whatsoever. But it was just a case of as soon as I got the first goal, it was game over. Like, he had nothing going forward. No attacking presence whatsoever. 7 shots on target, 10 efforts, but they were just very, very lackluster. None of them really troubling the goalkeeper. I'm not quite sure whether he was maybe not paying attention, giving me the win, maybe. I don't know. But this is our second to last game. Decent side, a lot of Champions League players there. Speaking of Champions League, it's Monday now. I don't know whether we would have had Champions League content today. Maybe we get it tomorrow. You guys know. I'll know in a second. When I go live, I say go live, I'm going to find out if there's content first. I may or may not go live. This game was very comfortable in the end. We scored in the 18th minute. This was Rashford and Wilmot's final game, and we made it 2-0, and the guy rage quit. He just didn't have enough. I mean, to be fair, it was like 3 in the morning, so maybe he was under time constraints. I don't know, but he left either way. And we then needed one win to pick up gold 3. Really frustrating, actually, because that's a decent side as well, by the way. No chem to Ibra, but still. If the weekend league was permanently extended till Monday, I would have finished all 30 games this weekend. I finished more or less all 30 games last week. I think I had like 4 left. And it would be ideal. It really would. I cannot really play that many games on a Friday ever. But, you know, early hours of Saturday morning I can maybe get 3 or 4 in, and then I try and play as many as I can Saturday and early hours of Sunday, and then I play the bulk sort of early hours Monday morning. It would be really good if, like, the last 2 weeks previous to this, they extended the weekend league and it ran until early hours of Tuesday morning. Why can't they permanently do that? Oh, because it's called the weekend league? That's irrelevant. That's just a name. You know, technically speaking, Friday isn't the weekend. It's a weekday, so yeah, you can't really use that. That's a Fernando Torres goal, so that's what we've got to look forward to now that Rashford is out of the picture. Fernando Torres scoring absolute rockets like that. To be fair to him, he started 1 game this weekend. That was the only game he started. He scored there, and he scored not nearly every time, but a lot of goals off the bench. So I am looking forward to having a full weekend league with him. But if you guys have got any suggestions for players I can use, sort of not jokey wise, but like the Wilmot situation, just one player we can introduce into the team that you think maybe I've got some sort of attachment to, or maybe we can make a series legend kind of thing, you know, some random player, but they need to have something about them. They need to either have good agility or good pace or good finishing or dribbling or something, just one stat, at least one stat that stands out and is actually decent. And by decent I mean like 80 something, you know. It doesn't need to be 99 or anything, but it just needs to be semi-decent. As you can see there, we had 10 games left. Unfortunately, it was about 4 a.m. by the time I finished, and I needed to edit this. That's what a lot of people don't realise. Oh, you had, it was 4 a.m. You normally stay up to like, what, 5, 6? You had time. Yeah, but I got to edit the damn thing. Like all those games, I had to trawl through the entire thing, picking out the clips, sticking it together. So yeah, it takes a lot of time, unfortunately. I just didn't have the time to finish. But very happy with that performance, considering we had a silver player start every single one of those games. Very, very impressed with how Robbie Wilmot performed. So you guys know whether I'm wasting my time here or not, but ooh, hello, I just seen End of an Era, and I think one of them is Petr Cech. Right, so let's have a look. So we've still got a Kata to finish. Like I said, I'm going to do that when rewards come out. I probably won't get around to doing Nesta, unfortunately. But we'll have to wait and see if we do get time. So we've got to swap deals. I don't care. Right. Petr Cech, End of an Era. Celebrate Petr Cech's career with a premium SBC. So you need 2 things to get that Petr Cech. Only 3 days available. Interesting. 91 rated. Looks like a very good card. Next player we have is Tim Howard, which is irrelevant to me personally. Not because I don't like him, but because it would not fit in my team. Even if I tried, I'd have to get icons at centre-back. Petr Cech, on the other hand, not impossible. 84 and an 83. That is a very good SBC. 35k pack and a 45k. That's worth it, in my opinion. 1 in form. 2 Chelsea players. I might do Tim Howard then if it's cheap enough, just because it's an 89 rated card. What do you need? 85, maybe 84. 83, that's a bargain. Yeah, we'll get that done. You don't get a pack, though. You just get Tim Howard. But an 83 rated team for an 89 rated player, you do need an inform to do it. But I'm definitely going to be doing that. I'm probably going to use my Finton Bogason to get that done. 89 rated card. I'm guessing then we're going to get goalkeepers. We're going to get maybe defenders, midfielders, strikers. Because it's weird that they've released 2 and they're both goalkeepers. Yeah, because they've got 1 on the back of them. Maybe they go up in 2 all the way to 11. I don't know. That's interesting. That's interesting. I like it, though. I mean, to be fair, that Petr Cech SBC is not, like, stupid money. And that is cheap for an 89 rated card. And it looks like a decent card as well. I mean, it's not great, but it is decent. I'll probably do that. Any new icons about or anything? Just checking here. No. Nedved is still the most recent, which is fine. So people are still giving me suggestions for ways to get Torres and Ibra into the same team together. And I know it's doable, but I'm going to need to replace either Fabinho with another icon, or I'm going to need to replace Ronaldo with another icon. I mean, there's probably a way around doing it with maybe a centre-back being an icon, especially if it's a Spanish icon. Then yeah, I know I can do it. But my argument was, switching, for instance, like maybe getting rid of the wingers, using like a 4-2-2 formation, and then just using sort of Ronaldo, Fernando Torres, Ibra, maybe even Tevez, someone like that, using them as wingers and strikers and so on. But you just can't do it chem-wise unless I were to get rid of Best and Rivaldo and get central icons. Blah, blah, blah. But you know what I mean. I know I will be able to do it. I know it's possible. I just need to buy the icons or buy the players required. But I was just trying to work out a way that I might be able to do it without having to switch too much in this team. That was the whole point. So thanks for the suggestions, but I think we're basically just going to leave it as is, and Torres will be the striker for the time being. And then over time, maybe we'll switch him with Ibra, give him a turn each or something, and eventually maybe we'll get them in a team together. But who knows? As far as this this Cech card is concerned, it wouldn't be too difficult to fit him in, but I would need to change a lot, so I'm not going to do that. But Tim Howard is definitely worth getting for me personally, for just having him in the team. Maybe use him in another SBC or something. Convert the 83 rated cards that we have, because I think I've got quite a few. If I just got a quick look, I've got quite a few. But it looks like we're not going to get a big promo this week until maybe Fridays. Yeah, so I've got 84. I've got these that I don't care about. I've got a bunch of 83s there. Saying that, though, Champions League content might start back tomorrow, because obviously the Champions League is back, so you never know. Yeah, we've got Benzema, Horn, a bunch of 83s. I think I've got a couple on my transfer list as well, and we've got that Inform Finn Bogason as well. So yeah, that Tim Howard card is going to be easy to acquire. But then again, maybe we just wait a couple of days and see what they release. I'm not going to do it straight away. I'll just wait and see if they bring anything decent out. But I think that's going to be it, you know? There's nothing left to do, really. I think objectives only change once a week, don't they? I don't think there's anything in it. Weekly objectives. We picked up another foot swap card. We're one step closer to that Juan Jesus. I don't know. Wait. Juan Jesus is still available, right? I think that was the card I actually decided I wanted to go for. Just to stick him in like a bit of a fun team or something. Yeah, there he is. Juan Jesus. I think he needs 6 tokens. Don't know how many I've got. We can double check because I did have a few in there. So we had 3. We needed another... There you go. We needed another 3, and we have ourselves... Wait, what week are we? Month, rather. 5, yeah. So I need another 2. I'm sure we'll get it done at some point. There is an SBC that I may or may not complete, and then maybe... Now, I'm sure they'll release one more... yeah, there's going to be one more sort of objective that I'll pick up objectively. So, yeah, that's fine. But that's going to do it for today's episode. If you can, think of a player maybe we can use in next Weekend League as a bit of a laugh that's got semi-decent stats, feel free to let me know. Are you going to do Pet Check or Tim Howard, or do you think there's maybe something a little bit better coming around the corner and maybe we should wait? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you have enjoyed this episode, smack that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.